Alright guys, I'm going to do a quick little video today. It's Saturday, May 3rd. I apologize, I still got a cold. But I'm going to do a video here on some dry spots. So this Kentucky bluegrass, it's about 7:30 in the morning, so there's dew on it. You can see the dew. But you can also, right here, you can see there's no dew right there. So that automatically tells me that spot's getting dry before it turns blue and starts to wilt. You know, I've got a moisture meter, but I can see that. I can actually see that with my own eyes on shortcut turf. So this is mowed at 1 inch. But you know, you can't see that on something that's cut taller, really, as far as the dew pattern goes. So I'm walking right here at it. You can see it again. It's right there. It just there's no dew on it. And I know why there's no dew on it, because there's some rocks right here. So I'm right here at it. I got this just to use for testing here. Evidently, when I redone this, I didn't get the rocks out of it. So, I mean, you can go down here and it goes in the ground fine. But again, you can see where I walked right there on the dew, and there's no dew in this spot. So I just thought I'd make this video just to show you guys, and I can walk out in here. You'll be able to see, and I'll walk back. You'll be able to see dew tracks. But there's nothing over in here. Very, very little, if any. So that spot's getting dry because there's rocks underneath it. So what I'll do is, you know, the rest of it, it doesn't need any watering. So I'll hand water that edge right there. You know, this is not, when you're growing turf and you expect it to look a certain way, see that little light green spot right there? That's actually, it's just too thick. Put too much seed down when I spot seed, and the grass is just too thick. It'll darken back up. But you know, when you're managing something like this, you know, it's just not all about running irrigation to fix these spots. It just don't need it. The rest of it don't need it. It's just that little spot. So I'll take that big old hose and I'll hand water that spot right there and leave the rest. So another way I'm gonna cope with that right there is it's getting close to time to start using this. This is called Hydration A+. This is a wetting agent. So let me forewarn you, this is expensive. There's no doubt about it. This is the best wetting agent I have ever used. I've been using it again for years. I use it on my fescue. I'll use it on that Kentucky bluegrass. The rates on this are very, very low. So it also contains salicylic acid, but you can see the rates there. Greens, tees, and fine turf. 0.75 to 1.5 ounces per 1,000 square feet. 0.7 ounces weekly, 1.5 ounce is bi-weekly. That's what I do, the bi-weekly rate, because everything I do is on a 14-day schedule. The good thing about this is you can spray this in the mornings and you don't have to water it in till that evening. It's just a light watering, 3 to 5 minutes. You see it right there. 3 to 5 minutes of irrigation just to get it down in the soil. So, you know, a lot of wetting agents, you know, you're applying 8 ounces per 1,000 square feet, something like that, and you need to water it in immediately. This right here is not like that. You can spray it in the morning, water it in lightly that evening, or you can, you know, spray it in the evening. That's typically the way I do it, is I'll spray it in the evening with my fungicides, and I'll just do a 3 to 5 minute rinse the next morning. So, but this is a good one. Again, it is expensive, and you know, with you guys smaller yards, you know, the rate on it is very minimum. But again, you know, it can last 3 years easily if it's not frozen and it's kept shook up a little bit. So it's very, very thick also. And you can see the pH. If you do buy this, this needs to be the last thing you add to your spray solution. You see the pH on it is 1. So just thought I'd show you that and show you how I'm going to help cope with that some. Obviously, I'm still going to have to hand water that spot. There's a bunch of rocks underneath there, but you know, this is a tool. Just like all the other stuff I've showed you, is tools to help. You know, fungicide, it's a tool to help. I mentioned that in another video. The Adam's Earth, the Impulse, it's just a tool. You know, at the end of the day, it's not going to save you. Just like this right here, a wetting agent. You know, it's just a tool to help buy some time. At the end of the day, if you ain't getting no rain eventually, it ain't going to matter. It ain't going to save you. But it does work, and I do use it. That's why some of this is gone. So what I'll do is I'll break this big old hose out here and I'll hand water the spot. So hang tight. And let me say this also. They do make some pellets in a pellet gun. That's a wetting agent also. And I do use those. I just don't have any right now. So I'm just gonna hit it with the hose. So I got to edge this out. That's why this ain't been mowed. But so this hydrant that I'm using back here, it's hooked to my irrigation main line, not my well. If I switch it over to city, and it's like 40 gallons a minute come out of it at 140 psi. So let the air get out of it. And that's still a 1-inch hose. And it's a 100-foot long hose on that hose reel. So all I'm going to do is just sit here and go back and forth on this spot right here. And there's more to managing turf than just turning on the water. You know, this is why you see out on a golf course of greens, they're out hand watering in the morning or hand watering in the afternoon, you know, there's just no use to turn on the irrigation unless you just have to and it all needs it. So I'll give this a good soaking. You know, this is not a playing surface, so I'm not worried about a certain moisture level. And that'll do it right there. So I do that also on my fescue, as far as don't need to do it right now, but like the asphalt edges and stuff, I'll do it on my fescue. And you folks say I don't have any weeds in my bed. Yeah, there's plenty of weeds in my beds. Just been so windy I can't come out here and spray it, but I'll do that on the asphalt edges here. Normally, you know, it's hard to give a exact time, but typically June-ish, when it starts getting hot, I'll hand water the asphalt edges. And I actually have a few dry spots, localized dry spots out on the other side. It's closer to the perimeter on the other side of my house, but you know, I'll hand water that. It's just irrigation. It hits there. It's just on the very edge, and everybody knows even the irrigation on the very edge of something, it just don't get the coverage as it does out in the middle. So fescue looks fine. It's just not a lot of stripes are popping in it. It is starting to go to seed, so you know, it's not looking the best in the world. I mean, the grass looks fine. It just ain't got it don't have that early spring pop to it that you would see. And I don't use the roller on it anymore. I won't use that again until the fall. So I just wanted to show you guys that, make a quick little video. Don't forget, you know, if you do want that wetting agent, it's on my website, primetimefescue.com. So you can pick that up there. So appreciate you watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.